Hey everybody, and welcome to Wrestling with Comics. I'm your boy, Michael Moore, and with me never is my friend and co-host, the Cowboy, Steve Gaines. Thanks, Steve. Glad you could not make it. This week is going to be a full episode. This is what you can expect on a weekly basis, so we need to go ahead and get to the news. This week, the Nature Boy Ric Flair turned 70 years old. That's right. Ric Flair is only 70 years old. But at the sight of his friends and family at his surprise birthday party, he teared up. He was so touched that everyone was there to help him celebrate. It was either that or he performed one of his signature falls in his handicap spot in the parking lot upon arriving at the venue. Either way, Ric Flair, happy birthday. We're glad that you're still around. I actually just had a dream about Ric Flair the other day. I was celebrating the Royal Rumble. I was Ric Flair. We were promoting it, and I couldn't remember what I was supposed to be talking about. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. This week, several NXT stars made their official Raw and SmackDown debuts. Amongst those was Ricochet, just flippity-flopping all over both shows. But in the process, he managed to steal both shows, so kudos to him. Just be bouncing all over the place, almost breaking his neck. I don't know how he does it, how he does that final move, landing on his neck. My fat butt would be dead in an instant. But Ricochet manages, but he's got abs for days. I don't have any kind of abs. It's upsetting. Let's move on. We also learned this week that Chris Hemsworth will be playing Hulk Hogan in a Netflix biopic. Listen, I hope it's not a whitewashed version. We're going to need that version where Hulk Hogan drops the N-bomb and talks about eating too much barbecue while secretly being recorded on a sex tape with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. Give it all to me. Well, you know, you get what I'm saying. Like, not all of it, but most of it. I mean, I hope we at least get this part. We'll see. I don't know. Chris Hemsworth is gorgeous, though, so I'll watch it just to look at him. How you doing? Update. On my Undertaker story from last week, turns out Vince McMahon is upset at The Undertaker for going outside of the WWE to get some of that cash money. Apparently Vince McMahon is upset because he thinks that the StarCast event is directly associated with AEW. I thought so too. I reported it as such. I don't care. I'm not correcting that if that's wrong. So that's your update on The Undertaker and the WWE. And a real angry Vince McMahon. Get over it, Vince. The WWE reopened their early release program. First on the chopping block, per his request, was Ty Dillinger. It's a shame because Ty Dillinger was a fun character. He was a good wrestler. Completely underused. But guys, who's going to fill the crazy haircut shoes that Ty Dillinger is going to leave in the middle of the ring? This just in, Ronda Rousey said, "Hold my weave." She shows up with all the crazy haircuts. She's got enough haircuts, hairstyles for everybody. So in the meantime, the WWE gave Ty Dillinger to the count of a perfect 10 to get out of the arena. Next on the chopping block is SJP. No. TJP. Ever since they turned him heel and gave him this TJB crap, that was stupid. Like, he had all the kids doing the dances, all the dabbins. What's up? I can dab. I dab because TJP was dabbing. He told me it was okay. But listen, who's going to fill those shoes now? The dabbing shoes. I'll tell you who. Asuka. Asuka will fill those shoes. She does the dabbing when she's kicking people. Check that out. pretty awesome. TJP, though, he was like the living embodiment of like a rave horn. Anyways, I'm sorry to see him go. He was another cute one. There's a theme this week. Let's move on. Next up, released this week, Hideo Itami. That's it. Finally, for the last release, I think this week, it's been a busy week, is Arn Anderson, member of the Four Horsemen. He was a backstage staple since like 2001. He's been around for a while. It's a shame. I don't have many jokes about Arn. He was a great wrestler, good heel, strong dude, right? Anyways, goodbye, Arn. You're going to be missed. I'm sure that AEW will snatch you up in a hurry. So, good luck to you. And that's it for this week's releases. WWE's early release program. That's fine. That's all we needed. Next up is the inaugural Michael Moore's Ring Gear Critique Corner. Because, like, Nia Jax, honey, what are you doing? Listen, we know you're a bigger girl. You're strong. You're The Rock's cousin, right? We know that. That's fine. You're going to have to wear something to cover up. I get that. You're not comfortable with showing your goods to everybody. That's fine. But listen, we know that you have hips. We know that you have shoulders. Quit trying to hide them under shoulder pads and hip flaps. It's doing nothing for your character, baby. Listen, we know you're strong. I said it already. During the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, you slung those girls around with Tamina. I love your tag team. I love the turn that you're taking. This is great. But this ring gear, honey, this is doing nothing for you. This is insane. So please, rethink that. Awesome Kong pulled off some cool ring gear. We took her seriously for all of 2 seconds when she was in the WWE. I watched her in Impact Wrestling, though, and she was awesome. She showed off a little more. Things were fine. She had that badass, like, warrior gear. I don't know what this is. So, that's the end of my corner, but Nia Jax, please, let's stop this. Bruce Pritchard is back in the WWE to lead their creative team because everyone knows to take one step forward, you have to take several years worth of steps back. Dave Bautista is back in the news regarding the WWE. Rumors are swirling that he wants to have a rivalry with Triple H leading into a match at WrestleMania because that's what we need. Listen, the last time that Dave Bautista was in the WWE, that went over like gangbusters. Said no one. He's done. He's an actor now. Whenever these guys leave to act, I'm looking at you, Rock. Just stay gone. You know what? You didn't want to be a wrestler anymore. I don't know why you keep coming back to do these things. If you want to come back and you want to have signings or whatever at WrestleMania week, fine. But these matches, stealing these matches from young guys who are being cut to make room for people that want to come back and have these big matches, it's ridiculous. And, listen, I get it. Dave Bautista is a WWE guy. He's loyal. He doesn't want to make appearances or whatever for AEW. He doesn't want to have matches or whatever. He's a WWE guy. He came up in Ohio Valley Wrestling, and then he moved on to the WWE, and that's where he made his career. Great. Thank you. But, like I reported earlier, that doesn't mean that that's going to stay the same 100% of the time. I'm looking at you, Undertaker. But I don't know. I don't know why we need to have another match at WrestleMania with Batista and Triple H. Good news is Triple H had injured himself at the Crown Jewel last November, and it's very possible that with that injury, he still is not able to compete. Let's all keep our fingers crossed. Listen, I like Triple H, but I like him better at what he's doing now and not as a wrestler. Sorry, we've got great talent. I'm looking at you, Ricochet. But, like, listen, that's it. That's all I got. Like, I can only complain about this Dave Bautista thing for so long before you don't want to hear it anymore, and I don't want to say it anymore. So that's it. That's fine. Whatever. So Becky Lynch has set everything on fire. She came in and busted people up with crutches, just swinging crazy like, just not paying attention to what she was doing and just busting everybody open. Listen, I was shot in the eye with a BB gun when I was little. No, it was not like a Christmas story. Listen, my point is, I know eye injuries, and when she was swinging wildly with those frickin' crutches, I was terrified for Charlotte and Ronda that they were going to come out of there looking a lot like me and a little less like them. But Becky Lynch, she's setting this whole thing on fire, and that's awesome. Finally. People are saying that she's the female Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm not mad at it. Let her do her thing. That's great. Is this going to be an Attitude Era situation? No. But she is shaking things up. She is making things exciting. Do I completely understand the man bit that she's doing? No. I get it, but I don't understand it. Or maybe I understand it, but don't actually get it. It doesn't matter. She's awesome. She's drop dead gorgeous. I sees you. But, man, just be careful with them crutches. You can come in and you could just wail on people. That's fine. But just swinging wild like she was intense. Did you see Ronda holding up the crutch to block herself? That wasn't just a show. That was her protecting her face. And that's it for this Sunday edition of Wrestling with Comics. Please like and subscribe and share the episode with all your friends and family. We would appreciate that very much. And when I say we, I mean me, because I've been your boy Michael Moore. And for the I'm not even sure if he's a real person anymore, Cowboy Steve Gaines. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.